which will hit the tracks across the south later this week. Our virtual view giving us a glimpse of what it could look like around Railroad Park in Birmingham, starting later today.
Yeah, coming in here, this round of wet weather here was going to move its way out tonight, giving way to clear skies for your Thursday.
But we've got another system right on its heels, setting us up for a soggy end of the work week and actually into the weekend, too.
Yeah, so definitely be prepared for that. Some grayer skies are on the way here for you as we head through the next several days. In fact, when you look at the forecast here in Birmingham, your drier day, Thursday, don't expect too much sunshine. I'll say that 3 times fast.
I know.
But look at the rest of the week.
No worries, you're not going to get it.
There is no sun, right? Yeah. All the way through the early part of next week, things are staying on the wet side.
Yeah, now temperature-wise, though, you're mild. You see that. So we do get a drop in temperatures with the cold front that will be coming through later today. You see that, and Greg was talking about the risk of some storms along it. We've been watching these storms in northern Alabama right now. Maybe some winds gusting over 60 miles per hour. That's the most likely threat.
Yeah, so that's prompted some of these severe warnings here in northwest Alabama. We've seen the storms come through the Florence area, now continuing to press east from there. Another warning in place as well. Again, the main threat is going to be damaging wind gusts right now with these storms moving through northwest Alabama.
Yeah, we're also watching this down into Mississippi as well. There's that northeastern corner of the state. Again, watching this come through, likely gusty winds. There have been some reports in Mississippi already of trees down because of this line of thunderstorms, so it has that potential.
We're getting some rain, of course, with it too. Not a ton. The amount of rainfall that we see generally will be, I'd say, less than an inch in most of these areas, but a lot of wind across this area in the south. Wind advisories in place for the day and into tonight.
Oh boy, that wind has been relentless, hasn't it? So we're going to see the winds pretty gusty ahead of it. Coming from the south, actually, it's a warming wind, but Savannah, Charlotte, winds gusting maybe 40 miles per hour.
Yeah, so lawn furniture out there certainly could get whipped around by some of those winds. We'll eventually see the line of storms push offshore here once we get into, I'd say, late tonight, early tomorrow morning. So drier behind all this. But you see, it's still going to be a little breezy, not as strong with the winds.
Different direction. Now the wind comes from the northwest. And so we'll be watching for that. You know, this forecast getting into the weekend is going to be different. Not as much in the way of maybe storms, but rain coming in and another washout.
Absolutely. So definitely have the indoor plans ready here for you as you head out.
Temperatures aren't expected to get past freezing here in Jackson, Wyoming. Just picked up a little snow. Actually, at the summit of the mountain here, we picked up 5 inches of snow. But a winter storm watch now goes into effect tomorrow night as another winter storm looks to drop several inches of snow coming in. So the cold and the snow is in the west, and this next system that comes in starts late tonight, really into tomorrow, and then Friday and Saturday. This next one might be the biggest of the season. We do get a little rain out ahead of it and some gusty winds too in places like Seattle. And you see what's coming our way right now. But this thing out here in the Pacific, dip it over the Aleutians, this is the big wind energy that's going to come in and really bring it all in terms of the rain, the very strong winds, the snow, and with that we'll have blizzard conditions with that snow in the Sierra Mountains. You can see that forecast tomorrow, already getting windy in San Francisco and the Bay Area, San Jose. We'll see the snowfall really adding up. It's not often you see this much snow in the forecast, even in the mountains. 5 to 6 feet of snow. Can you imagine? We're talking 70 plus inches. Yes, that is a possibility, especially up at, above maybe 6,000 feet. But, even below that, there's going to be significant snow, and the wind is going to be so strong at all levels that we are going to see blizzard conditions. Blizzard warnings are already up. Folks are being urged to take this very seriously, being planned to be home throughout the duration of the event. You do not want to drive. You don't want to get stuck on roads. Make sure you have enough supplies to stay put. We've got the rain coming in again starting today, and then everything starts spreading down the coast tomorrow. And then the big energy comes in as we get into Friday. You'll see the rain in San Francisco, Sacramento. We'll get the rain spreading down to Los Angeles and down towards San Diego into the weekend. And all the while, we've got the snow spreading in across the Intermountain West in Nevada, in Utah, back in Wyoming, around Jackson, and back into Colorado too here. And then another system coming in by Sunday night. So a very active pattern here. Now in the east, the story has been so much about the warm, Alex, but man, the cold it hurts.
For a few hours, right? Yeah. Late last night, early in the morning, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning or so, this fire was around 300,000 acres. Now it's up over 500,000.
Yeah, I mean, nearly double. It was. I was watching this as the 5th largest wildfire, and then within 2 hours, now it's the 2nd.
Yes. And the largest, when you look at the month of February, it is the largest.
Yeah.
So yeah, this continues to burn right now. And the other thing that's concerning, 0% contained.
Yeah. And well, the weather, a big factor too. When just looking at the weather yesterday, we had winds gusting 30, 40, 50 plus miles per hour all day long.
Wow, amazing. So with that being the case, there's no doubt a lot of burning happening. Things are getting burned. That's leading to power outages right now across the state. We've got that in the Panhandle, a number of folks that are without power at this time. And you could kind of pick out the smoke from that fire yesterday on the satellite.
Yeah, you could see it. And this front, again, a key factor. Winds change direction and just actually that helped enlarge the fire because of the front coming. Most likely going to be the most significant storm of the season. This is the forecast for snowfall yet to come from this storm. 5 to 6 feet of snow. It's not often you see that much snow, even in mountain locations. 6 feet, 72 inches. That's a lot at once, and that is in the forecast here. Big moisture coming in, big wind. Then there's blizzard warnings that go along with that snow as well. But it's very widespread, and we're going to get a foot and a half in the mountains of Wyoming. We'll get another 5 to 8 inches, maybe even 8 to 12 in the northern Wasatch, and more snow coming back to Colorado as well. Rainfall too is going to be significant, and along the coast, a couple areas 3 to 5. There'll be snow too in the mountains along the coast of Oregon and down into California, but rainfall spreading all the way down to Los Angeles with maybe an inch or 2 of rainfall possible there. Now, right now we're getting just the initial stages of everything, a little bit of rain coming into Seattle. It'll be a rainy and windy day there. The main energy is still yet to dive in. We're going to see this moving down over the Aleutians. This is the energy. It's going to move across the Pacific and then come in and actually right around the Bay Area and then pointed right across California at the Sierra is where most of the wind or the biggest of the wind sets up. You can see a forecast already windy tomorrow in San Francisco as the rain moves in, and that's why blizzard warnings are up for the mountains. This is the kind of situation where you need to be prepared to stay put. Do not travel. The snowfall rates are going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 inches per hour. It's not out of the question. Plus, with winds that could gust up to 100 miles per hour, you do not want to get stuck out in this weather here. It would be life-threatening. And we're going to be watching this start tomorrow and then really pick up on Friday and then probably lingering into Saturday too here, and then we'll just see where we stand after all is done. The rain itself will also be a challenge, and we'll see that rain, as we know, causing problems all the way down into Los Angeles and even San Diego. Alex.
All right, well, Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, thanks so much for joining us. Really an intriguing program, right? Which, you know, every little bit helps. It absolutely does.
And the name is catchy, Sponge City, right here. Let's make Los Angeles a sponge city. Now, we will get some much more needed